When it comes to app development, the first thing you want to focus on is the user experience. All right, so we're going to be starting off with creating the user interface aspect of our project. If you've been exploring the blocks view, just make sure you click on the designer button, come back to the designer view. All right, and over on the left hand panel, okay, you could have been clicking other things to explore all the different blocks that you have access to. For now, let's click back on the first option here, which is the user interface. And as you can see, the first user interface uh, item is actually a button. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on this button here, and you're going to click on it and drag it, okay, to the screen over here. As you drag it to the screen, you can see that a thick blue line appears. This gives you an idea of where it will be placed on the screen. Okay, and right now I just want you to let go of the mouse button, and automatically the button that you drag onto the screen stays on the screen. All right, at this time we are going to explore a few other aspects of what has just happened. When I drag a button, okay, from the palette over to the viewer, okay, that button also appeared under my components. Okay, previously there were no components added, so it was only the screen one. Now that I've added a button, the button one appears here. Okay, and at the same time, when button one is selected here, the properties for button one also appear in the last column over here. All right, so these are the things you need to take note of whenever you add a new component onto the viewer. That component appears under the components column here, and for each of these components they have different properties associated with them. All right, so this is the very basic element we're going to add. Okay, of course we're going to now make some important changes. Firstly, the text for the button itself. Okay, definitely this is not what we want, text for button one. We want to change the text to something else. Okay, so for example, in my video I chose the words hit me. All right, now what we're going to do is to change the words that the user sees. Okay, under properties, if you scroll down, you can see a text field over here. Okay, in this text field, the current default text is text for button one, and I want you to select that and change it to hit me. If you want to put some other text, is up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to put hit me, and once you do that, if you come back here, you can see that the words have changed. Okay, the words have changed over here, and at the same time, you will see that there's another name associated with this button, which is the component name. Okay, this component name is currently called button one. Okay, and in coding, okay, when you create a project, you may have a lot of buttons, a lot of user interface elements. You do not want to just have a name that says button one, button two, button three. Then you may not be able to keep track of which button is for what purpose. Correct? So what we want to do is we want to rename it to represent what it actually is used for. So when you select button one, after select button one, if you go down to the components column, there is a rename function here. So click on the rename function, and from button one, we're going to call it the hit me button. Okay, hit me button. If you have another name that you want to give it, no problem, as long as you change it from button one to something else that you feel is more appropriate. Okay, then click on the OK. So right now the components name has also been changed, and right now we have also changed the text on the screen, okay, that the user will see. Okay, from the default text we've changed it to hit me. Okay, now the next step is, how do I get this hit me to appear on my mobile phone? Okay, how do I get this screen, okay, that I've just created here to appear on my mobile phone? Okay, so for that, what we need to do is you need to head over to my next video where I'll teach you how we can connect our Android phone to this app inventor platform. Okay, very easily, okay, using your own home network. All right, so head on over to my next video and see how to do that. All right, thank you.